Dearly beloved,
I knew it was
we
coming.
are gathered here to this thing called Just Ranked.
Woo!
Electric word, rank. It means forever, and that's a mighty long time, but I'm here to tell you there's something else. Prince Rogers Nelson.
Oh.
By the way, while I have you right now, like and subscribe. Prince Rogers Nelson. Let me give you a little background, just a little bit. Sit back and enjoy. Get your nice cup of coffee. Leave in a big joint. Enjoy yourself. Born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, June 7th, 1958. He was named after his father's stage name, the Prince Rogers Trio. He began playing piano at the age 7. His first song he learned was the Batman theme song. Ironic.
How fitting.
At age 7, he wrote his first song called Funk Machine. As he grew up, he helped start the local music scene and pioneered the musical style that would later be dubbed the Minneapolis Sound, a blend of funk, rock, and pop. Here are the numbers. He sold over 150 million albums worldwide. Counting his solo career albums and his bands he fronted, he's released over 45 studio albums,
Jesus.
13 EPs, 117 singles, 47 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, reaching number 1 5 times, and 19 additional songs that scored in the top 10. Most impressive, he scored at least one top 40 hit every year from 1979 to 1999.
Wow.
Every year.
Wow.
He won an Oscar for Best Original Score for 1985 for the film Purple Rain. He was nominated for the Grammys 38 times, 7-time award winner. 2 albums were inducted to the Grammy Hall of Fame. Those were 1989 and Purple Rain.
Wow.
He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004, his first year of eligibility. He won a Golden Globe for Best Original Song for the song of the Heart from the Happy Feet soundtrack.
Wow.
You know, that soundtrack about penguins? Prince became the first artist to simultaneously have a number 1 film, number 1 album, and number 1 single in the U.S. all at the same time.
Wow.
He also was the first artist to ever have 5 albums in the Billboard Top 10 simultaneously. That happened in the weeks following his death in 2016. The only other artist ever to do that was Taylor Swift in 2023.
Wow. Tay-Tay.
And for those you don't know, he's in his time fronted 4 bands: The Revolution, Madhouse, The New Power Generation, and Third Eye Girl. For a guy who never rested on his laurels, he was never afraid to experiment and go out of his comfort zone and let others in his band take the wheel. In the 80s, Prince was very, very prolific. Not only did he write and record his albums, he also wrote and produced full albums for the following bands: The Time, The Family, Sheila E., Vanity 6, Apollonia 6, Jill Jones, Madhouse, Taja Savelle. He also wrote many songs for other artists, including The Bangles, Sheena Easton, Madonna, Paula Abdul, Martika, Tevin Campbell, No Doubt, Stevie Wonder, Kenny Rogers, Lisa and Wendy, Andy Allo, among countless others.
Andy Lauper.
Written also probably the most famous cover, which is Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You. Beyond being prolific, this is one example how prolific he was. Between 1984 and 1987, he wrote, recorded, and produced 14 albums in 4 years. That's just the released albums. That does not include the 6 or 7 unreleased albums that were fully produced and done and printed. Albums like Camille, The Crystal Ball, Dream Factory, and Roadhouse Garden. He started the scene in Minnesota. He stayed in Minnesota. He famously said the reason why he stayed in Minnesota because it was so cold, it kept the evil people away.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work in Winnipeg, but
we'll see if it holds up.
Right. Right.
That is Prince Rogers Nelson in a very, very small nutshell. We're here to give you our 4 top best Prince songs. Hard to do over a 40-plus career, 45 albums. You know, this is going to be our best guess for this week.
Buckling in.
Buckle in. We're going to get several different picks from all 4 of us. It's going to be a wonderful ride. Dink, you start us off, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I will just comment on your intro. 7 wins out of 38 at the Grammys is kind of embarrassing for him, how great he was. I would like to look at that list. There's no follow-up questions here and see who beat him.
Well, 1983. There's a.
Well, yeah, Thriller beat him a bit. And
1984.
Yeah,
Well,
so he was out. He was competing in those years, and he lost obviously to U2 with Sign of the Times, lost to Joshua Tree. So I know a few of them, but that's a lot of nominations to only win 7 times. He deserves more than that for how prolific, as you said, he was.
And that's why I try scoring how many albums he released. Not only himself,
right?
but other albums, other artists. He made other bands and other artists to just funnel that other creativity.
And how much stuff hasn't been released?
Well, right now the estate says they could release a new album every year for the next 100 years.
Jesus,
fuck me!
It's like Tupac, for fuck's sakes.
Just the stuff that we kind of know. Being a collector, I've been through my entire life. I've obviously had bootlegs since the mid 80s, right? And there are songs they're bringing out now none of us knew existed. So we always kind of thought of ourselves like, oh, we know everything Prince did, and because he was pretty bad at security back in the day. That's why he had so many bootlegs. At the end of Purple Rain tour, he had already written and recorded Around the World in a Day and released it. He was already writing and recording his next album, Parade. I mean, I've never seen it.
And probably already had thoughts for Silent Times.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yep.
Right. Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will move on to my list. It was, like you said, it was tough to get it to 4, but I have my list of 100.
I've seen that list. It's impressive.
And these 4 didn't change. So I tried. Oh. I was going to work it around, but I left them. I left them the way they are. So my number 4 is, hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans. My number 4 is Delirious from 1999. Released in 82, the 5th single from the album, fast-paced rock and roll inspired track built around a frenetic groove, slap bass, and Prince's high energy vocal delivery, showing his love for early rock influences like Little Richard. Reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, further cementing 99 as his mainstream breakthrough. This is what I got from the internet. I don't believe it was his mainstream breakthrough. And Joe, maybe you could, like, as a fan, you probably think, yeah, but maybe it was. Maybe people really didn't know him till 1999, minus the 2 tracks.
I mean, you got to remember, back in the day, we've talked about before in the other shows, radio is very, very segmented. It was white and black radio.
Right.
And him and Michael
the black charts even, right?
Yeah. And him and Michael were the only real artists to kind of go over to the white side of the charts and sales, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, even though, like we discussed a couple of episodes ago, he had 3 number 1 disco hits and Controversy, Let's Work, and I Want to Be Your Lover, but he hadn't hit real mainstream yet. You might have like, oh, I kind of know that song, but not really. Controversy wasn't a giant seller. And, right. 1999, believe it or not, 1999, the single didn't become a hit in the UK until the 3rd time it was released. So, yeah, Delirious kind of was the first kind of mainstream breakthrough.
Right. Okay, so yeah, that's really all I have. It mixes funk pop, like I said, vintage rock and roll. And I remember it, like I loved this song because I had the cassette, and a lot of my friends didn't have any Prince until Purple Rain.
Yeah.
But I had this cassette, and then I think I might have told this story. I traded Purple Rain for Iron Maiden's 2nd album. But I had two. Everyone's like, "Oh, gee, what did you do that for?" My rocker friends are like, "Nice, get rid of that Purple Rain." But I had 2 Purple Rains because I had one as a gift and one I purchased before the gift, so it was an easy trade. So I remember it from actually having the cassette, but I also remember that it was in Still Smoking. What? I don't know if you guys are Cheech and Chong fans, but when they went to Amsterdam, Delirious plays, and that back in the day, minus a massive soundtrack, and Cheech and Chong weren't really known for their soundtracks per se. A few tracks here and there. It kind of stood out. I was like, it's nice. That's fuck. I remember watching it with the band, like, that's a Prince song. He's like, big deal. These guys are getting stoned.
Right.
And their Amsterdam
movies were heavily laden with music. So
right.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, that right there, you just kind of cued in. That was his first rub against Warner Brothers because he didn't like the fact his songs were now being used without his consent in other mediums. Because it was that movie, and also the movie Delirious with
John Candy and
yeah. So that was his first rub, and that kind of started the abrasiveness with him and his Warner Brothers, his record company.
Right, like don't take my songs without, and they probably didn't ask them. Their label just
They
released.
They didn't need to.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that's my number 4. My number 3 is flashes forward a little more recent, but not all that recent. It's from 2007. I think I've mentioned it before, just in passing, and Joe's like, nice pull. But it is Chelsea Rogers from 2007 and the Planet Earth. I fucking love this song.
It's a good song.
In 2007, Joe, you and I didn't know each other, and I didn't know anyone listening to Prince still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he'd probably fallen off. Prince wasn't huge in 2007 unless you were a diehard, right? Like people that I hung out with were like, hey, have you heard the new Prince? Nobody was saying that to me. But I liked it. And when I looked up stuff about the song and about him, it says it's one of the album's standout cuts, obviously helped reintroduce Prince to a new generation. So like I said, people weren't listening to during a highly visible period that he was kind of coming out again, and celebrated because it was right around the time after his Super Bowl performance too, right? So
Yep.
But yeah, performed well internationally, reached top 10 in several European countries, charting on the UK single chart, where it became Prince's most successful single of the 2000s. Yeah, with this beauty, Prince effortlessly updated his classic funk sound without losing his identity, proving his staying power and creative relevance more than 2 decades into his career. And that's really all I have, because I just genuinely love this song.
It's pretty interesting because when I used to run one of the largest Prince Twitter accounts before, somebody took it over. Chelsea Rogers was one of those songs the younger generation kind of grabbed onto, like, oh, have you heard the song? So it's kind of interesting because Prince didn't carry for a long time, didn't carry over to younger generations. There was like our generation and maybe my kids' generation, but after that, I was like, who's Prince? But yeah, this is a good pick because I find Planet Earth not one of my favorite albums, but that's my favorite track by far on that album.
It's clearly the best track on that album.
It's so good. Yeah. And when I saw your list, I'm like, oh, okay, Dink's actually listening to this shit. Okay, he knows.
Yeah, no, not
that there's any right or wrong reason, but it's kind of nice to see a song that's not a top 40 hit.
Right.
Right in somebody's list. Yeah.
I just remember hearing it for the first time and just jumped on me. Oh, fucking Prince. I forgot how much I love Prince. Because wasn't listening to him much.
He's still alive.
Right. He's doing shit. Fuck. You guys have anything to add?
I'm unfamiliar with the song.
Me too.
Perfect.
I'll
roll out a basic bitch.
I'll tell you right now, I'm a basic bitch when it
comes
to
I'm rolling out a basic bitch here, and then everybody knows my number 1.
Hold on. Before you put your pick out there.
Have we done it?
Samesies.
Oh, samesies.
You go first because you'll go first. How many you think
I'll
you're
say 2.
I'll say 1.
I'm going to say 2.
All right.
God,
Jimmy?
I already know there's 1.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Because he knows my number 1 and he's probably got it too.
Oh, okay. So I'll go 2 then. I'll go 2.
Yeah.
I know everyone knows your number 1.
Right. So everyone knows your number 1.
Even Gina knew my number 1. All right. My number 2 basic bitch is from Purple Rain. It is the second last track. It is Baby I'm a Star.
Wow.
I
nice.
adore this. I want to say love. I fucking adore this song.
I like it.
I don't think it gets the love it should on Purple Rain, but they all do. But because everyone talks about the title track or fucking When Doves Cry or whatever, this song, I think, personally, that's why it's my number 2, is the best song on the album. It's just me, because I love the pace. I love the high tempo. I love how it rolls out. It's not a super long song. It's pretty short. But it's just gospel-like energy with driving synths and hand claps, infectious grooves. It's all the stuff I wrote down. Internationally reaching the UK singles chart after being released as a single there in 1985, but did gain massive appeal through the film in North America, but never charted. And you can correct me if I'm wrong there, Joe. But it does. I have Baby I'm a Star stands as Prince's most autobiographical track, celebrating perseverance, destiny, and perfectly encapsulating the swagger optimism, and cultural impact of Purple Rain. Period. The end.
Yeah.
And I took that from the internet, but I totally agree with it.
It ended up being number 5 on my list.
Yeah. Because Baby I'm a Star is like him saying, and you're fucking right, you were. Baby I'm a Star. Yep.
It's one of those songs that sounds really good live and plays out very good live. Like I said, remind me after the show, I have a longer version.
Do you?
Yeah.
And did they cut it to make it a radio edit, or did they
Yeah,
just...
yeah. Because remember at the time, vinyl can only have so, we've talked about this before, vinyl can only have so much time. I mean,
right.
So yeah, that's one of the main
I remember this playing on, am I wrong, but the video for this being on Much Music a lot? Do you remember this like being played a lot?
I don't know if there is a video for this song?
Is there a video for this?
I mean, it's pretty much from the movie, yeah.
From the movie, right.
Yeah. I just remember so many of that album, so much of that album being played in background of my life, right? When growing up.
Oh yeah.
Totally. And this song, I can't help but dance when this song comes on. You can't not move.
I can't help but sing it. I would think right now we're talking about when we're going back. It would be a driving song for me.
Yeah. Now. Oh, yeah, it's a great driving song. Right. But if I have it on, I'm sitting on the couch. I probably get up. I'm like, oh, better start moving around a bit. Stretch those cankles.
Yep. Move it around, baby.
Yeah. All right, moving along. Number 1 is what everybody knows. Yeah. It is Erotic City. I've said it all along. Released in Erotic City. I know. Strange. Odd. Weird. Released in 84 as the B-side of Let's Go Crazy and the 12-inch version of the 86 single Girls and Boys. I did not know that. Learned that today. I always knew it was the Let's Go Crazy B-side. I did not know that it was a 12-inch B-side also. So that's cool. Now this is where you might have to correct me, because I got this from the internet, and I don't know if it's true because the internet can be wrong all the time. The song quickly took on a life of its own. Yes, a raw slice of Minneapolis funk. A track features a driving drum machine groove, synth bass, and Prince's pitched up Camille vocal persona, adding to its edgy underground feel.
Yeah.
And then it went on to say that this was the introduction of that persona. Is that true?
Well, it depends. Do we all? It's the same voice. So the Camille voice is the high pitched voice. And back then they would just slow the tape down. He'd sing over it, and that's how it became high pitched. There was no effects. He'd go to old school and slow down the tape. He wouldn't.
But I looked in 2 spots, and it said that this was the first time that anyone really knew.
It's the first time he used that voice, but he was very specific about Camille. Camille was a character that he sang as for different, and Housequake is another song, if you might know, that he sings in that same voice.
Right.
It's and part of the song. And it's supposed to be the anti-Prince kind of. She's supposed to be androgynous. Again, in 1984, this is all very controversial stuff. What do you mean androgynous? What that mean?
Right.
Boy and girl. So yeah, it was the first time he used that voice, and there's debate among the Prince people whether it is actually Camille or whether it's not. Right. I just say, if you think it is, great, wonderful, because the song fits with all, especially the theme of the song fits in what Camille would sing about.
Right. The song, itself, obviously minus the cool funk, but the song is pretty explicit, right? And they got away with radio play because this is Sheila E.'s debut with him, right?
Yep.
And Sheila E. was asked, and I think Prince reiterated the same thing, to get it on the radio, because it was released again in 93 on the big CD compilation hits and B-sides or whatever. And that was great, because then you had like a massive, for the layman that wasn't a collector of all of this bootleg stuff, you got a massive list of all these other fucking songs. I'm like, great, thanks, thank you, finally. So I loved that CD, but I get to get away with the radio play. When they said fuck, Sheila and Prince both said it was funk, but I'm pretty sure it's fuck, right?
Later on, Prince never really comments on his songs. He never. If you guys get this research, you can probably see there's no origins. Like this is what this song means.
Right.
But she insists that especially with her Christian beliefs, she refused to say the word fuck. So she said funk, and Prince said fuck.
Right.
So yeah. But for radio, he's like, oh no, I'm saying funk, and a lot of radio stations in the United States would not play the song at all. So.
Right. And that's pretty much all I have. Despite it not being a traditional single, became a major club hit. And I love it hearing it at the clubs when I used to go. Reached number 1 on the Billboard Dance Club song charts. And in 2022, Rolling Stone included Erotic City in their list of 200 greatest dance songs of all time. Rightfully so. Yeah. Because I love dance music, but this isn't traditional dance genre. But when I'm at a club and this comes on, or Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, that aren't dance songs, they're fucking dance songs, but they're not in the dance genre because they're in Motown or funk or R&B or whatever. I want to hear those songs more than I want to hear the dance songs, or I used to anyway.
Yeah, I've always thought that Erotic City was almost kind of like the stepsister or stepbrother of When Doves Cry, because it's got that drum beat that gets stuck in your head.
Yeah.
And they kind of fit together a little bit better, even though thematically are about two different things than Let's Go Crazy. And so I thought, when it first came out, because back then, man, you know how it was. You read about things in a magazine, especially with Prince. He was so quiet. He wouldn't do interviews or anything else. So when a new thing came out, like, ooh, there's a new song on this 12-inch or 45, whatever you get. It's like, oh my God, this is cool. And the song, in some ways, is better than the A side, right? You know, as much as I love that A side,
I love the A side too, but I love this
that B side is pretty fucking revolutionary, right? So I always, that's one thing for me in the back of my skull. It's When Doves Cry and Erotic City, for whatever reason, I don't know why, always kind of remind me of one another.
No, I totally understand that, and I know Jimmy can attest, but we all probably could. That magazine thing, I lived and died by that, but it was more for metal, right? Circus Hip Parade is how I found out about all new metal acts, and who the fuck is this, and who's fucking Raven, and who's fucking Venom, and who are all these bands? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Anyway, that's my list. I like it. It is what it is. Jimmy, I'll pass it off to you. You do your thing unless you got something to add on mine.
Just one quick comment. You were talking about how they were disguising fuck and funk. That would happen another time with Bat Dance when he was yelling, "Get the funk out."
Oh, right.
It's funny because they're good.
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because they literally came on while we were listening to music today, and Gene goes, "Are you sure he's not saying fuck?" I'm like, "No,
right.
He's saying funk."
Right. There was a small controversy about that.
People weren't sure, right?
He didn't want to play that portion, and they did an edited version, and then the Vicky Vale version came out, and it kind of didn't have that beginning part in there.
Yeah, so, I don't know what you guys, but we said fuck when we were singing it.
We said fuck, right?
Everyone did.
And then Extreme took that "Get the Funk Out" to a whole new level.
Oh yeah. What are they saying? It's amazing what with the public, like the general public, so sensitive about. It's like, we can see people getting their heads blown up, but don't say the word fuck in front of
me. You can't see a boobie without someone losing.
Now you hear fucking shit on TV and the radio. Right. It's like, what?
And rightfully so, because really, it doesn't hurt anybody. Fucking say it. Jesus.
It's a fucking word. Like I said,
like Cartman say, it doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck.
Right, totally.
Like George Carlin said, man, it's all about context, man. Completely is all about context.
Right, it is. It really is.
Great list.
Jimmy, let's hear Jenny's list.
Oh no, we have two completely separate lists now. I have a disclaimer.
Wow,
I didn't have one. Fuck.
I'm going to start with my disclaimer is growing up with the purple one down here. He has been a lifelong Prince fan. I can attest to that. So if anyone thinks he's whatever, you're lying, because he's been a lifelong through and through Prince fan.
As you can see,
since I've known him.
I never knew. Wow.
And there was a time period where he killed Prince for me.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Bury him face down, let the motherfuckers kiss her ass. Okay.
Yes. So Jenny and I were talking, my wife Jenny and I were talking about, what would be your list? What would be my list? And her list sucked. So I sucked my list. And Jenny, I love you, but 2 of those songs you said are hated songs by me. So I did my list in a fun way.
She's gonna love this episode.
Oh, she is. I actually have 8 songs curated for the viewer and listener's pleasure. The first song are songs written by Prince. And the second song is my real list song.
Nice.
Okay. Wow.
Hold on. I have to have a straight face for this one. So the curated song is Ready for the World, Oh Sheila.
Oh my.
It was not written by him.
No.
It was not even in any way associated, but so many people thought.
But it sounds like a
I
Prince.
know. So I just had to throw that. This is more of kind of a fucking with Joe. My real song is, my wife says it is not a good Prince song. I adore this song. It is Diamonds and Pearls.
Nice.
From Diamonds and Pearls, 1991 on Paisley Park Records. The simplicity of this song, it's in no way simple. There's so many different layers to the song. The song is put together so beautifully, but it's Rosie Gaines and Prince's voice taking turns on different parts of the song and harmonizing with each other, and Rosie actually letting loose in a couple points. At 2 minutes and 55 seconds, Michael Bland does this amazing drum fill that right now the hair is sticking up on my arm. Yeah. I love that fill so much that this song made number 4. It's the first album with the new power generation. It's the 13th studio album. Those are my notes. I love this song. The video is really cool. There's 2 insanely beautiful women dancing around. There's a beautiful Prince dancing around. Michael Bland is
dancing around.
There's a beautiful Prince dancing around.
Oh, I mean, come on.
He's beautiful. Be honest.
He's made a life of androgyny, and he's a beautiful person. So many people were so devastated when he passed. Oh, yeah. I know Joe personally took me to Paisley Park. I drove to Minnesota, and we went there and we left our little notes on the fence, and we walked the perimeter and we read the notes. So it was a big life moment for me to do that with Joe. He had been there before without me on his own personal time, but he took me there, so it was a great thing. Thank you, Joe. That was a beautiful moment in my life. But Diamonds and Pearls, number 1 on the U.S. Billboard, number 1 on the U.S. R&B charts, number 3 on the U.S. Billboard, number 2 on the UK album, number 1 in Australia, number 6 on the Dutch charts. God damn it, I got the Dutch charts in there. That is my number 4. Let me know what you think.
This is go ahead.
All I was going to say was made my short list, fell off a little bit. And it was that album that I got back into Prince, because I had a friend of mine say to me, ask me about Prince. I'm like, I'm not really in that Prince. And she said to me, and I'll never forget, she goes, as a music fan, I'm a little disappointed in you.
Wow.
She's like, you should be more into Prince. And I'm like, all right, I should get more into Prince. And then this was the album that I actually started to get more into Prince again, back into Prince again.
Yeah, this was a period when he started coming back in, because people forget around 88. And again, you remember, it's only a couple of years, 88 to 91, right? But 88 to 90, he wasn't very popular. 89, he had a huge resurgence with the Batman soundtrack, and then he kind of fell off again right away.
Well, people expected Purple Rain 2, 3, 4, and 5.
6, yeah. I mean,
and Under the Cherry Moon was supposed to be the follow-up to Purple Rain. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
So when he came out with, this was also at the same time his first record contract ended with Warner Brothers. He signed a new $110 million contract with Warner Brothers this time, and he came out with Diamonds and Pearls, sold 7 million copies, whatever it was. Had the big produced videos, which he never really had before. He had videos, but it's never it was always kind of cheaper on the end. But these were highly produced, The album is very well produced.
Oh, insanely produced.
Yeah.
Incredibly well mixed. Yeah, it's a great. If you ever get a chance, listen. If you have a Dolby Atmos system, the Dolby Atmos mix of this album is a different world. It makes the album even better.
Yeah.
I think I talked before about having a car with a subwoofer and cream on
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
car.
right.
Oh my god, it sounded so good. I just fucking anyway.
Yeah, and again,
Strawberries with whipped cream.
you were talking about Rosie Gaines. Prince was never afraid to let other musicians in his bands to kind of take the forefront. You know, he was very confident in his own playing and his own ability. That he's like, okay, Rosie, you're got a great voice. You take over the song. You know,
Beautiful voice.
powerful as fuck.
Powerful voice, and he really surrounded himself with some amazing people in this time period. There's like a recreation because the whole new power generation happened at this time. This was also right around the time you and I started like truly hanging out, and you hadn't killed it for me yet. So,
Give me time, I'll do it.
Right. One more note just about Prince as a whole. I am from Minneapolis, South Minneapolis. I lived 2 blocks away from Old Man Johnson's store. We saw Prince riding around in a girl's 10-speed bike. Not that the girl's 10-speed bike meant anything. It was just a memory a core memory that I have from my childhood. Prince has been in my life since I can remember. I think I was 7 the first time I heard Prince. So, and Minneapolis' own Prince next up, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this is a really cool episode for me. I'm excited. So,
Before you move on, I was taught if you have nothing nice to say, you shouldn't say anything at all. But I will say this for nice. Despite your wife's inability to control your new dog, I love your wife because I'm with her on this song. It's not even in my top 80. So it's all personal preference, right?
yeah. 80.
But I'm with her. I don't think this is one of his better songs. It kind of annoyed me. But then those songs that you don't like, I probably love. So that's the thing, right?
At the end of this, I will tell you the 3 songs that I despise. So I don't want to mess with anyone's notes.
Right.
It's on there.
And I can see what you're saying too, Dan, because this is a completely different era and sound for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a new sound. Yeah.
And I think part of that, I'm not saying this is what no one knows what Prince thinks or what he's saying because he never told anybody. So
you don't know?
Process. Well, part of his deal was he made $110 million, cut that down into 7 albums or 6 albums, whatever the contract was. I think it was 6 albums, but he had to sell more than 6 million albums per album.
Right.
So
expectation.
This one sold 7, so it's just right over that threshold there. So he had to really kind of play into the radio play, right?
All right, so going to my 2 number 3 songs. I fucking adore this song. It's "Glamorous Life" by Sheila E. Oh my god, I love this song.
Yep.
I have this album. It's one of since I've been collecting vinyl for a second freaking time in my life. This is one of the first albums that I sought out because I think this album is gold. The Latin percussion is amazing. The vocal harmonies are awesome. Sheila E., seeing her around Minneapolis in the late 90s or the early 90s, quite often in Eden Prairie. So that was kind of cool. So on to my real pick. So of my 4 real songs, I only have 1 older Prince song, and this is it. Unlike you, Dink, I don't think "Baby I'm a Star" is the standout song from Purple Rain.
Nobody does, probably, right?
I believe that standout song is "I Would Die for You."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
I love this song. There's a driving kind of a drone with the drum beat. It doesn't change up a lot, but it makes you kind of fall in line, you know, and there's a cool effect on his voice, a little reverb, and it's a little wet. So it kind of doubles it almost naturally with the reverb. And I really like that production value. one of the cool notes about Purple Rain, I'm going to, I guess, digress from the song itself. Twice in the last 30 years, there have been on the record charts for the year, 2 years where only 5 albums have taken over the charts. We talked about it in 1983, which was Lionel Richie, Men at Work, Quiet Riot for 1 week, Police Synchronicity, and Michael Jackson's Thriller. In 1984, can you guys tell me the 5 groups that had the number 1 slot in 1984?
Well, him.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis.
1 week.
Springsteen.
7 weeks.
Oh, fuck.
That's 3. Who's the other
I
5?
want to say Brian, but Brian's probably not in there. But like,
I remember we talked about this before. I remember it's. I don't remember the other 2.
Not the Rhythmics. No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Who are they?
All right. So Huey Lewis, Thriller, Born in the USA, Purple Rain from August, I think is 10th. I can't read my writing. August 10th, all the way to the end of the year, Purple Rain took over. But a soundtrack. Can you think of that soundtrack?
And not this soundtrack.
No.
84.
Footloose?
What year?
Breakfast
What
Club?
Footloose. Okay.
Footloose.
I can't remember what year
The
it was.
title track, or let's hear it for the boy, or
The soundtrack for the
just the soundtrack itself. Okay.
So those 2 years, sorry, a little history that I can.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. From 83 and 84, 10 bands, 10 albums, ultimately 8
Dominated
albums,
the charts. Right.
dominated the charts for 2 straight years. And
We
from
did an 84
August-
episode, and there's tons of good music, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It could slide in, right?
the beginning of August all the way through to into the next year,
24 consecutive weeks.
Purple Rain
Crazy.
dominated. So I thought that was really cool. I just
That is
wanted
cool.
to share with you on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, good share.
I mean, U.S. Billboard number 8, I Would Die For You. The Dutch charts number 3, they fucking are awesome. They thought it was a better song than we did. And Canada, you guys were number 12. Prince is a early childhood memory, core memory for me, as Chris talks about core memories, all the way into adulthood until his death. So this is fun.
No, great pick.
Yeah, great pick. I mean, this is another. It was a big banger on the tour that year. It was always turned into like a 15-minute jam, and the Purple Rain tour always be the end or the second to last song just before Purple Rain. And I think the 12-inch extended version is like over 10 minutes long. So
yeah,
but yeah, it's again one of those songs. It gets you up and going, and it's weird too because on the album you have "Baby I'm a Star" and "I Would Die For You" together. And then it ends with Purple Rain. Where in the movie it's Purple Rain and then the other 2 songs, right? Which is almost kind of better. But yeah, great pick, man. Again, I don't think you can't go wrong with this album. I mean, the album is iconic.
No, and you could, and I said it was it was
there's
my
no
favorite.
wrong.
I said it was the best. You said yours was the best. You could ask 10 people that like Prince, and they'd have 6 or 7
Absolutely.
different songs.
absolutely. I won't mention others because it might
No,
be.
I know, but you know the songs.
Yeah. I won't mention them, and I'm sure they'll be in Joe's closing. I'm assuming. So all right, so I'm going to move on to my next 2 songs. Round and Round, Tevin Campbell. It's a fucking great banger of a song. The kid was his early teens. I don't know the age. Joe probably does.
14, I think.
How old?
I think 14, yeah.
Okay. Just a great song, and you can totally tell that Prince was involved. In fact, you can hear his voice softly throughout the whole song, and it's really cool to hear. Love you, Minneapolis. I love you, Prince. All right, my real number 2 song. I have only mentioned one other Prince song in the entirety of this show. That would be my true number 1. I have other one in its place, but I wanted to fight to get this song in, and it's off of 1990s Graffiti Bridge.
Wow.
And it's going to be Thieves in the Temple.
Ooh, yeah, good song.
Yeah.
Fucking love this song so much. I'll get the charts. U.S. Billboard number 6, Cashbox number 179. I can't tell what I wrote. Norway, number 4. Denmark, number 3. And the fucking Dutch at number 5. So this was a banger of a song. I've always loved this song so much. Do you guys have you guys ever seen the video?
I don't know.
I don't
Do you remember how the
Probably
remember how the video starts out?
No.
I do not. No.
Sexiness to the left, sexiness to the right. Nothing but a pimp sandwich tonight.
Nice.
Yes. Just right away. Love come quick. Love come in a hurry. It's such a cool, smooth line. His voice is really warm. It's welcoming. And that's one of the things that Prince had is he had this ability to shine in a dark moment or be dark in a bright moment. He had this really cool ability to change the timbre of his voice at will.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the falsettos and the screaming on key and just an amazing voice. And his voice, I think, is really, really prominent in this. During the pre-chorus, there are 3 distinct voices that he's singing at the same time, obviously layered.
Yeah.
And it is so beautiful. And there's all 3 voices are a juxtaposition of each other, and it works, and it's really cool. And that's something that's always grabbed me for this song. This was the last song to be recorded for the album, but it was also the first release 6 weeks prior to the album being released. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice pick, man. Again, this is an album this was the actual, believe it or not, sequel to Purple Rain. It was awful. The movie's awful. The soundtrack's very, very good. It's got everybody from Mavis Staples to George Clinton to The Time to Prince. All the songs written by Prince. A great soundtrack. If Tevin Campbell again, that song's on there. But the movie's awful. I mean, I don't think I've ever. I mean, there's people that like bad movies. I don't think I've ever met anybody that likes it. It's bad. I mean, you can tell in the movie it was actually filmed all in Paisley Park on sets. You can tell it's all sets. It was directed by Prince.
I've never seen it.
It was directed by Prince, written by Prince.
I don't think I want to now.
Don't. It's not good. Like I said, it's supposed to be the sequel to Purple Rain. It's nah. The only reason why it's the sequel to Purple Rain is because Warner Bros. Wouldn't give them the funding unless it was. So,
right.
Great soundtrack, awful movie.
Another thing a little fun note about Minneapolis is there are 13 graffiti bridges that everyone claims is the bridge from Graffiti Bridge.
Yeah.
That's every bridge ever.
Well, in Eden Prairie, there was a bridge that everybody went to that had a very narrow road, so they tear it down because obviously the roads got bigger, but it was called Graffiti Bridge, and that's where you got that title from.
Wasn't the one that collapsed, was it?
No.
Little bigger deal. It wasn't just a little one-lane street.
We drove over that about 45 minutes before it happened.
Really?
Yeah, I was working at the Apple store at that time, and one of my coworkers, she was like 3 or 4 cars just before it fell down. She was like,
"That's crazy, crazy." I was going to say 2 things before you move on, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I am with you on his voice, and I noticed a lot when he passed. All the appreciation for his guitar playing, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about how great his voice was. He can play the
amazing.
guitar like a banshee, but are we not going to talk about all his different voices and how fucking great he was?
Yeah.
There was more, but I think it was people wanted to give him credit because he never really got it that much for his guitar playing. I don't think when he was alive, no one was really saying.
No, and that clip of him doing that guitar solo with "My Guitar Gently Weeps" at the Rock.
That's what did it all, right?
That played over and over when he passed, right?
Yeah,
and I think because I don't know that I even realized how good of a guitar player he was until I saw that.
Right. So that was number 1.
I didn't appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, same here. Number 2 was I would think if Jenny shit on your number 4, she must have liked this pick because this is a great fucking song.
She likes it. She said it's a good song.
She's very particular. I want to hear her list in the after show.
Yeah.
No follow-up questions, of course.
No, that's it. We're talking about his voice, so might as well expand. Joe, in the day, you played a song for me. I don't remember the name of it. He pulls a Michael McDonald peg and does 5 different vocals in different octaves. Do you remember the song that I'm talking about? It was just amazing.
Are you talking about his very first song on his very first album, where For You, where he's just got vocals on top of vocals on top of vocals on top of vocals?
That could be.
It's a cappella.
Yeah. Much. Oh my God. It was so amazing. No, check this out. Rewind.
Yeah.
I got a lot of that, just so you know.
You're like, I'm going to put on some extreme. No, put that on again.
No, I wish Rick Beato would interview Prince's engineer, Susan Rogers. She was his engineer from 84 to 87, which is his big time. He was really productive. She was saying how she was always amazed that he would go into recording any song and just start with the drums, but with no music accompanying, no demo. The music was all in his head. He'd just start that. And then she said he'd do the same thing with vocals, where he'd kick her out to do the vocals, and he'd sing the vocals on his own in the engineering room. He'd never do it in a vocal booth. He'd always do it in the engineering room so he could engineer himself. I didn't go that time. But yeah, so I always found it very interesting that he could do that, and I always called his vocal another instrument, because he would a lot of times make noises or sounds or sing just a melody with his vocal without ever singing an actual lyric.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was saying to Dink when he was talking about the guitar aspect. His main instrument was clearly his vocals, and they were beautiful. He had such an ability to arrange a melody in 3-part harmony that a lot of people just can't do. And honestly, he is and will always be, and was obviously a genius. One of the very few real musical geniuses out there. That name gets, or that word gets thrown around way too easily now. Yeah. When you have an actual person like Prince Rogers Nelson that was a legit genius. I mean, he had the accoutrement that went along with genius.
Right.
But just loved his voice. He had a stellar ability that will be missed, because there's not a lot of people out there that can contribute to the world like he did.
Yes.
And like you said before, and just with his guitar playing, now you find more appreciation for his whole catalog nowadays with people. And I'm seeing with the younger, I see it on the Prince Reddit all the time. Hey, I'm new to Prince. I'm on this album. It's kind of cool. And they give you their opinions. And it's not far different from the older generations who grew up with him. And it's amazing to see how that's reoccurring now, but unfortunately didn't happen when he was alive.
Right.
Because he has. So like you said, he kind of disappeared, Dink, when you said about Chelsea Rogers. But then 2004, he had Musicology. He famously says in a song, "Don't call this a comeback." It was a comeback, right? He was big. He took over MTV. He took over CNN, VH1, MTV, BET with that special and everything else. It had gave that album away with every ticket purchase, right? And sold. I mean, he was the highest grossing artist that year in 2004, 2005. And they had that big
younger people that age back then were just finding out who he was, right?
Yeah. And then after that, he just kind of slowly fell off again. And because he became the guy who's like, I'm going to do away with record companies and just release things on the internet and be my own thing. And, kind of got lost in the noise.
But I was going to say, too, he's one of those artists that other artists from different genres all take inspiration from, right?
Yeah.
And they talk about it, right? He's one of those guys. It's
impossible not to,
You can
even more so when he passed, which happens to everyone, right?
Everyone.
But
yeah, great picks, man.
All right, so I have one more. Well, two more.
Yep.
All right, Joe, you're gonna love this one. So, songs written by Prince. MC Hammer, Pray.
Well, yeah. Technically.
Just to make it today. Oh, yes, we pray. Sorry, we're not supposed to be singing.
Thinking about going on the way down.
Day. All right, my real song. All right, I will broadcast this at the top of the world every day for the rest of my life. This song, I wanted to have played at my wedding. I love my wife so goddamn much. I am the luckiest man alive because she is the most beautiful girl in the world.
No.
I love this fucking song. I asked Joe to be my best man for this wedding because it meant a lot. And I said, I really want this song. And we had a hard time getting a copy of it that we could get to me to play during the wedding. Nonetheless, the song still means that much to me because I love my wife. I don't have a lot of notes just because fucking emotional. I love this song so goddamn much. I love the fact that it was released a couple different times in a couple different ways. Although I'm fucking mad at the Gold Experience because I paid $40 for it. It's not the version that I want.
Nope.
But no, it was Michael Bland is fucking badass in this. He's just got so much emotion to his drum playing. Although a lot of it was probably synchronized by Prince in the recording studio, but Michael Bland plays it, and
nope, that's all Michael Bland.
Oh God, it's amazing. I love it. I was lucky enough to have met Michael Bland several times in my life. He was in a project previous to Prince and then also during Prince called Orange Julius. Yep. They were sued. They couldn't use Orange Julius anymore. And I believe they went to Black Julius. Him and Matt Prudal. That's how I met him. And kind of how in a round way that I met Joe was through Matt Prudal. The charts, US R&B #2, UK singles #1, the Dutch charts #1, Denmark #1, Australia #1. There's 7 other charts that this song went #1 on. The song was actually nominated by the International Dance Award for Tune of the Year in 1995. It was played during the Miss USA pageant, premiered during the Miss USA pageant in 1994. All Music reviewers said that it's the dreamy slice of soul pop. I fucking love this song, and no one can tell me that this isn't the best Prince song ever. That's my list.
Good pick.
Yeah, Jimmy says he got the Gold Experience album, which came out in '95, a year later.
Well,
that is a different version of the song.
Yes,
because at this point, Prince and his record company were already at odds. This song was the first song released as the symbol, not Prince.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers was not happy about the fact he was releasing single, but he finally got permission. Okay, you can release one song. Then that song happened to be the biggest song he had written, and they weren't happy. They weren't, because at that point, the song is, in pretty much all intents and purposes, almost became, it's generally thought of as one of the most successful independent releases ever, because he released it on a small label. They did the distribution. He already had, he has his own recording studio, so all they had to do to distribute it. He paid for the printing. He made a shit ton of money off that single album, and then he released a 5-song EP with
Beautiful Experience.
Yeah, the Beautiful Experience would have different mixes on it. And so when he came back with his next album, the Gold Experience, was on Warner Brothers. They said, "Well, you have to have this song," so he gave him a different mix.
Yeah.
So
fuck that album.
Oh, no, don't say that. That's my wife's favorite album.
Is it? Oh, I love you, Gina, but
my mind went somewhere else when you said Orange Julius. So.
right. Every mall court in America had
right, and then I started singing like your brain's weird, right? Your mind. I started singing Orange Juice Jones, The Rain in my brain, and
oh my god. Oren, OJ. Yes.
That's awesome. Great list, man. Great list.
Yeah, great list, man.
I like the fake 4 as well.
Yeah. That was for you, brother. I got to get under your skin somehow every
day. Get under my skin? No. That was great.
Pray.
All right, Chris.
It's off to you, brother.
The real list.
I'm a basic bitch.
Basic bitch.
I'm just
Like
gonna
how
go
we
in.
all leave time for the graphic to play, even though it doesn't play. when
We've
we're
gotten
recording.
used to it, haven't we?
So I don't know. Most of my list is nostalgia. Like I said, I kind of got away from Prince or wasn't into him as much as I don't know what happened, but I do remember that my older sister and I, it's one of the first artists that we actually kind of liked together. She was a big Raspberry Beret fan, but yeah. But mine is from when I was younger. I remember the song and I didn't realize what it was about until I was older, obviously, but it's Little Red Corvette.
Nice.
And I think
Great
the
song.
reason that I got into it originally was because of the car references, man, to be honest with you, because I was younger, into cars. I was a bit of a gearhead a little bit at the time. But it's one of those songs that I sing along with. It's catchy. It's an earworm for me.
Yeah, totally.
It moves on, I turn it up. It's obviously from the 1999 album. What I didn't know, and tell me if I'm wrong, Joe, it was his first top 10 in the US, peaking at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. Also on the R&B charts. Also, I found this as a trend. When he passed, a lot of his songs re-entered the chart.
Recharted? Yeah.
Recharted at 29 and then went all the way up to 20 in 2016.
Crazy, eh?
Love it.
I don't have a lot of notes. I like I said in other shows, I like this song because I like this song.
Right. And I could have said that for mine too, for sure. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Joe, you talk. Love these
charts. Number 11 in Canada, number 6 the US Billboard. I talked about that already. Yeah, that's all I've got. Jimmy, you got something?
I have 2 notes. People hate the way I park my car sideways at the grocery store. And just so you know, I also have a pocket full of horses.
Do you? I got a pocket full of land.
If you think of the song,
And kryptonite.
It was a big song, right? Though, and
I
it's
love
like,
this song. It was
but you
my
think about
number
what he's
5.
singing. He's singing about Trojan and everything. It's like it was pretty risque. People forget this song when it hit him. Again, he kind of came on the radar of a certain parental group before they became a thing. But there was a certain religious group that he was kind of putting their sights on him at this point.
Right.
Yeah, very risque song. But goddamn, dude, that song is not the perfect pop song.
So is it true
Chipper
that
Gore.
like he originally came up with the idea when he fell asleep in Lisa Coleman's Mercury Montclair?
Yeah, yes, that's what I've heard. I've read that a few times. Yeah, and she's talking about that.
I saw it like 2 or 3 times when I was looking at shit. So.
And that was, I think, when she had that car in LA, where her and Wendy.
The one of the things I saw, and I only saw it one time, was it said the lyrics came to him in bits and pieces during catnaps, which doesn't surprise me, but also like I'm not sure that's true.
Right.
Well, there's also people who said he never slept, so who knows?
But if you have that brain, that's probably what happens. You have a little nap, you wake up, and you write down 4 songs.
It's interesting too because that's the same Susan Rogers. She later got a PhD and like something about psychology and music, whatever. And she's convinced he suffered from a very rare condition of hyper creativity where he just could not turn it off. And so he announced a couple times, I'm retiring from music. I'm not, and he just couldn't do it because she said that she would witness it. He'd be like, oh, we're doing one song tonight. And they'd start at 9:30 at night and they'd go for 24 hours because he just could not turn it off because he just kept on having ideas.
I have the opposite of that. My shit's been turned off for 25 years. Gone. I hear wind.
My mind can go blank like that.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
I thought you were gonna have something insightful or something.
You can ask me some old hockey stats, but I can't remember what we're talking about.
When in those movies where people have those conch shells, we go, that's what I hear all the time. Not a fucking ounce of creativity.
Remember that
I don't
Simpsons
think
when
that's true.
Put my pants on.
I don't think
the
that's true.
Simpsons when they're in Homer's head, and he's like, "I know you can hear me, boy." Meow 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 meow.
Meow 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 meow.
Yeah,
Jenny married Homer Simpson. It's sad.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh fuck, that was good.
All
All
right.
right, great pick. Great pick. Good
A
start.
nice pick, man.
Well, to continue with the basicness, I would believe it. The next song is 1999.
Yeah,
Love it.
love it.
Maybe it's because I worked in a bar in 1999, and I remember the bartender going, "Oh my god, that's the perfect song to play tonight."
Every night.
Every night, right?
Again, one of those songs that hooks me right away. I can't stop listening to it. I can't not turn it up. Also, it was a huge hit for him, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, so many were, but
This was the beginning of
right.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, in my mind.
Yeah.
But mind you, I obviously didn't get into it then. I came back to it and just rediscovered it later in life,
Yeah.
right? Especially when it was 1999, 2000, right?
Yep.
What I found interesting was when it said that he wrote the song after watching a news story in 1982 about people panicking about 1999. And I'm like, Y2K was a lot longer than I fucking thought it was.
No shit.
You were worried about that way far in advance.
You better
man.
get some
I had no
water.
idea.
I was in engineering at the time, and people thought planes were going to fall out.
Oh yeah.
No,
right.
it's not like that. You don't
You're
understand.
loading up
yet.
on cases of
Yeah.
water. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we getting so much water?
People were going out into their lawns at midnight.
Oh, I had people ask me, "Are you really going to go?" Because I worked at the bar. Are you going to really go work at the bar tonight? You don't know what's going to happen, man. You know what's going to happen.
It was a documentary about Nostradamus's
That's what it was. Yeah.
future
yeah.
at the end of the world. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Because he was.
And I got to admit, I had a Nostradamus book at one point. And I was.
We all did, I think so. I
Oh,
know
yeah,
I
that was
did.
kind of cool, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's see what else he can guess.
Well, it turns out the Simpsons were more accurate than he was.
Yeah.
30 times more accurate. Yeah.
Just
Um,
random scary shit. Oh,
I'm not
nice
going to
pick.
talk a lot about the charts, but I will say Dutch top 40 13, Netherlands single top 100 14.
We love the fucking Dutch. But you know what? The Netherlands should just sponsor us.
the country itself.
Yeah.
The whole country.
Yeah.
Great. We're sponsored
They
by.
could all just they could just give us a place to live. We got all move there
Right.
together
Well,
and do
sponsored
this
by
live
the Netherlands.
together, like in one room.
You guys
Live
gotta
on location in the Netherlands.
Just Ranked. Brought to you by the Netherlands.
You guys got it made in Canada. We're talking to the Americans who need saving here.
Tonight it's just Dutch.
I think they'd accept the Canadians. All right, you guys might have to go through a process.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know, the
Always.
last episode we've been kind of hinting about the next shows in the next season 2 because we're wrapping up right now. We're wrapping up season 1. I got to tell you, episode 2 of season 2 is going to be top 40 Dutch songs.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this song, the UK, even though Prince actually had more success in Europe and actually more retained success in Europe, this song in the UK wasn't a hit until 1985. It was the third time it was released. The first two times it was like a dud.
That's happened a couple times to him.
Yeah,
I wonder. It's weird when that shit happens, right?
I don't get it.
All right, number 2, Basic Bitch. But this soundtrack has been talked about a lot here. But it is actually my song is "Let's Go Crazy."
There you go.
Love this song. Song 6.
And it was one of those movies that I was too young to watch, but we were always trying to sneak. Our friend's older sister would be watching it, or somebody would be watching. We'd always try to sneak in the room to see the makeout scenes and whatever.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But I remember this song playing large on Much Music and radio play, and when I was growing up, and it's just one of those things that when I think back, this song pops up all the time, and I love it. Again, another one of those songs that I can listen to driving or hanging out at home, or
Yep.
I sing along or whatever. It was number 1 on the Black Singles chart, the Dance Club chart, the Billboard Hot 100. Canada number 2, Netherlands number 18 in the top 40, top 111. Again, I don't know what else you want me to say, but I love this song.
Well, if you like the song, I would say search out on Spotify the extended version. It's even better because there's a whole nother bridge part and a longer guitar solo that's not even in the
guitar solo is amazing in it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And the fact that it was like on the R&B and the black chart, and to me it's a rock and roll song.
Again, though, that's the time though, because he was a black artist, so he has to be on the black charts. I mean, it was a weird time, man. So yeah, and so even the fact that he came from Minneapolis was always a big thing because Minneapolis was known as a vanilla market. You know, it was always known as a vanilla market, and the fact he came up and instantly ruled along with everyone else that was in Minneapolis music scene at that point. Because then you had the time he did write most material, Sheila E., and then you had obviously Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis breakaway from the time when they get fired, and they, took Janet Jackson's second album and made her a fucking superstar, right?
Right.
And she had the Minneapolis sound, So, I mean, this song is that crossover hit that became number 1 in the Billboard Hot 100, but at the same time, it was a black hit because he was a black artist. So that's how it was. Dumb. That's how it was.
Yeah.
No, great pick.
Great pick.
Great pick.
Like I said, if you like that song, seek out the extended version. It's really good.
Absolutely.
Number 1?
I don't know if I fucking had a brain fart or an aneurysm or something, but I didn't remember Dink talking about Erotic City so much, and my number 1 is Erotic City.
Yes, it is.
There we go.
Right now, having said that, I came back to Erotic City because I think my first, or not my first, but when I really got into Erotic City was
PCU.
Yeah, PCU and George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I went back and discovered it was a Prince song, and PCU filmed on the campus right next to where I work.
Right.
So
Flashlight also being a big song in that movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God, George Clinton.
Oof.
Hi.
Just a dog in me, baby.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what else you want other than the George Clinton part. I don't know what else other than Dink and Joe already talked about. What else I can say about it?
And it's funny you said that because I think I left it out of my notes. The song was inspired by Prince was inspired after seeing George Clinton play, and then wrote the song. I had that in my notes, but I forgot to say it. So it's fitting that you brought him up and that he covered the song, because he was the inspiration for Prince to write the song, is the information that I found.
Credit to PCU, because it wasn't a big hit of a movie, but I had it on VHS.
Oh, such a good movie, though.
Jeremy Piven is so fucking good. So funny in it.
And I still don't think it's on.
I didn't really know George Clinton before that movie. I really didn't.
A lot of people didn't.
Right? It opened my eyes to that fucking, his band and he's fucking awesome. But
George
was
was
talking
great.
about Prince. And then it took me back, and I'm like, I was like that person said to me, like, she was disappointed. I was disappointed. I didn't realize it was a Prince song at first.
Yeah.
Right. But it's always been my number 1. And like I said, I must have fucking not been listening when Dink was talking about it because I forgot.
Yeah.
Which, happens.
And I loved it before, but I remember did you get that when we were in Florida?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so I remember that whole time frame because PCU was just out. I think I saw it in Bracebridge because I was living in Bracebridge at the time when we went. And I remember thinking, "Oh, this is a good cover."
Yeah,
but I love the original so much, so I knew, and maybe you were just learning that it was a cover, right? So cool.
Like much of my music experience, especially from college, you fucking either had something to do with it or were there.
And you too, right? Like we were intertwined that way, much like you guys. If you live together, like, if you're around someone enough, what they're listening to, if it's not the same, it's going to spill over, right?
Absolutely.
At least you're going to share it and be like, I don't like that.
The only reason I think we liked each other off the hop was because we liked the same kind of music.
Right.
Otherwise, we probably wouldn't.
Right. Probably not.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Joe and I synergistically learned a lot of music from each other. Absolutely.
So 2 things on this song, because you hinted before it was on your list. It's the only song in Purple Rain or any of his B-sides that's actually credited to Prince and Revolution, but it's not. The Revolution had nothing to do with the song. It was just Prince and Sheila E., right?
Right. That's
also,
what I read. It's just Prince and Sheila E., yeah.
It may have been so fucking good because this song was tracked and recorded on March 25th, 1984.
Well, that's your 12th birthday.
That's my birthday. They were correct. Look, he even remembers my birthday. Dude doesn't forget anything.
God, always another reason for Joe to have a big.
It's about me.
I barely remember my own birthday. Jesus.
He already remembers his 12th birthday as being this amazing thing that happened.
He says my 12th birthday. I had to quickly do the math. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
My birthday is March 7th. It's all I remember is like is because it was like trade deadline day, and so it's like all these NHL trades were March 7th. I'm like, oh great.
Joe's taking his shoes and socks off to count and
I'm like firing out the 12.
using his third nipple as the carryover.
He's nubbin.
It's a
It's a
nubbin.
nubbin.
It's a nubbin.
It's a nubbin. Awesome.
I love it. That's awesome.
All right, that leaves
that's my
Joe.
list.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Joe, and it's 45 minutes of talking about
All
Prince.
right,
Hold on.
turn around.
So
Oh,
should I set a sleep timer or
no.
I'm just fucking with you.
So here's the deal. So
Should we have a bathroom break? Or are we going to be good?
no, we're good. Joe promises he'll go pretty quick. I only have mainly my
Third
number one and
person.
two songs I have some notes on, but I approached my top four a couple different ways. Initially, I was like, okay, I'm going to pick my top four favorite Prince songs. I'm like, well, these guys are going to have a lot of 80s stuff. Okay, so all I'll pick a song from every decade.
Nice.
So I picked one from 70s, 80s, and then 90s, and then 2000, 2010. But then 2010s, there's only 4 albums. I'm like, oh, that's not really fair. I'm like, okay, here's what I'm
There's
going to
only
do.
40 songs to
I
pick.
finally said, after
I better
everything's said
change
and done,
that.
wow, I do look like a preacher with these. Look at those things.
Jesus.
I
Pray.
finally said, okay, my top 2 songs are my top 2 songs, and my other 2 songs will be newer songs. So you may not know these songs, but they're not like unreleased songs or anything like that. They're nothing crazy. My number 4 is from 2014's Artificial Age.
Whoa.
The song is called Clouds. It's the second track on Prince's 37th album.
37.
37th album.
For
Record
Christ's sake.
37th solo album. That's not even including the stuff with the
Holy
MPG
shit.
and stuff.
Remember
Recorded in
his
spring of
37th album?
2014. The album was released on the same day his band Third Eye Girl released the albums Plectrum Electrum. So 2014 released 2 albums that year, that same day. One solo called Artificial Age, another one with his girl back band Third Eye Girl called Plectrum Electrum. The album is the only Prince album that wasn't solely produced by Prince. This album was co-produced by Joshua Walton. Joshua Walton was also the husband of Prince's then current drummer, Hannah Walton, who was the drummer for Third Eye Girl. The song contains the British folk singer songwriter Leanne La Havas, but she appears as the vocalist in the track. She's got a really cool voice. She's only in this one track. That's it. The song was equal parts funk and dance, so and also sounding very current as well. So it's pretty interesting, even though Joshua Walton had a very heavy hand, and it sounds like a differently produced album, but it still sounds like Prince. What the lyrics meant, the lyrics are pretty cool. They're pretty, and he's got some really cool lyrics in this song. But that's my number 4. It's from 2014's Artificial Age, Clouds. I don't expect you guys to know the song. It's a newer song. I want to make sure I had something newer towards the end of his life, because that's some really good stuff at the end there. And this is my favorite song of that era. So,
Well, it's a great pick. I trust your picks. I looked at my list. It's not on my list, but I might not have given a lot of the newer stuff. It might not have given some of that newer stuff the attention it should have when I made my giant list. It was so much of the older stuff.
yeah, and that album's kind of cool because it was kind of weird because everyone always went, "Oh, Prince should do a rock album." And finally in 2014 he did the Third Eye Girl Plectrum Electrum. And it's pretty much a rock album, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's doing a rock album." What the fuck do you want from the guy? Jesus Christ! Because it was literally like very not overly produced. It's very just guitars, bass, drums, and not many overdubs. And he allowed the girls to do their own parts, like he did with the MPG and the Revolution and the later parts. But yeah, it's my favorite song of that era, I think.
Good pick.
For this week, anyhow.
Nice.
My number 3 is more of well, Jimmy apparently loves this album. This is this song is again very polarizing between Prince fans. Prince fans either love this song or they hate this song. This song is the title track from the Gold Experience. It's Gold from 1995. It's the 12th and final song on his 17th album, 17th solo album, I should say. The first album to be credited to the artist formerly known as, or the peace symbol, as you would call it. It was recorded in late October 1993 at Paisley Park Studios in Chanhassen, Minnesota. Released November 1995. It hit number 88 in the Billboard Hot 100, number 39 in U.S. mainstream chart, 22 in Canada singles chart, and number 2 on the European dance radio chart, which is weird because it's not really a dance song at all. It's a rock song.
Right.
So, critics called the song an instant classic and the next Purple Rain, which
a bit much.
It's a bit much. I found over the years that Prince fans, like I said, don't really care for this song because Prince fans are weird. And I think every fan of every artist
Yes,
they
are.
Weird. They're fucking weird. Not Swifties though. They're perfectly normal. They're fine.
I like this song, and I actually know this song. And Jimmy, do you not like this album just based on that one version of
this album?
Oh, really? Wow.
No, the album's actually pretty cool.
It's just that one version.
I paid $40 to not get the song I want.
That's the song he wanted. He texted me that day too. I bought this fucking thing. Doesn't have the fucking song I want.
The rest of it's good.
But
fuck them.
Prince fans
fuck this album.
Prince fans aren't too keen when Prince in his later years were what they would say trying to write a hit song, which makes no sense because like that's not what you want him to do.
Right.
I do say though, the song is big, it's bombastic, it's an anthem. And I do say it's almost on the level of Purple Rain. I only say that because every time the song it's got this tremendous buildup, takes up forever. And that build ends up at the end of the song with this giant solo. Every time that solo kicks in, it happened again today, I was listening to it, fucking goosebumps every fucking time.
Yep. Ever wondered why you get goosebumps?
So I don't think it's on the legendary status of Purple Rain, but I do think as far as anthems go, it's right below it. So that's my number 3. The Gold Experience is gold.
That's a good pick, man. You know what the problem is with people?
People.
They're right? Like, you know who else likes to write hit songs and the people don't like them? Nickelback. People are fucked. What do you want a band to do? Write shit songs? Write songs that no one ever wants to hear ever? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Right? Like,
Metallica sold out with the Black Album.
Right. Oh, no, those are good songs. You know, like they're Sabbath True's overkill, but some of those are, and I understand, man, is definitely overkill. Some of those songs are fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, overproduced, but sorry, we can't all be turning down the bass and fucking playing tinny guitars and everything sounds like Kill 'Em All. Fucking right. Why don't you just kill us all? Anyway, that's my rant.
Dude, that's gonna be a clip on its own. It's gotta be
right. Sorry,
with no context whatsoever.
Right. What's he ranting about?
That's awesome. All right, yeah. So my number 1 and 2 have always been my number 1 and 2. I'll be honest with you, okay. My favorite Prince era is what I call, and some Prince fan hates this because it says they got more credit than they should. No, they changed his writing style. They changed his life. My favorite era is the Wendy and Lisa era.
Wendy and Lisa, yeah, I knew
85 to 87, which you say it's only 2 years, but it's, dude, it's a lot of fucking material. Trust me, okay? I've got a lot of it, and the estate since he's passed has released a lot of it, and
I have a whole room
of fucking shit. What do you think this door is for?
Prince is in there. He didn't even have to duck.
It's built to his height.
It holds one shoe.
Yeah. No, so my number 2 is more obscure, but I fucking love this song. I love this song when it was a bootleg for many, many years. And I obtained this song in 1987. I still have the cassette. The song is, you may not know the song, but the song is, trust me, if the song's on streaming, listen to it. It's fucking beautiful and amazing. I'll get into why in a little bit, but the song is Moonbeam Levels. Like I said, it was bootleg for years, but it was finally released in the 2016 compilation album Forever, the first release after his death. The song was recorded July 6th, 1982, in Sunset Sound. Additional work was done June 8th, 1983, at Prince's Koiwa Trail Home studio. The song was officially released on his compilation album November 22nd, 2016. The weird thing about this release on this compilation album, it wasn't from the master tapes. They tried to clean up the bootleg. There's a couple of static issues, and it's it's a copy of a copy of a copy. So there's some artifacts in there, and where there's certain artifacts, you can still hear them.
Right. I'm Doug.
Hey.
Holy fuck.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay, so like I said, the version they actually put on the compilation album was actually a cleaned up version of the bootleg version. It was like, what? You made us pay music for the actual, because everyone got excited, like, oh, we're gonna have the final studio version of Moon Moon Levels. We're like, what? We got the cleaned up version of the bootleg?
Right. Already had that.
So finally, in 2019, a slightly longer version that no one knew it existed was released in the Vault Tracks Part 2, which was a disc part of the Super Deluxe edition of 1999, released in 2019. This version is beautiful. Again, same exact copy, but it's just actually clean because it's taken from the master tapes this time.
Less Doug.
Less
Doug. Shut up, Doug.
Where was I now? Yeah, okay. So going back to Susan Rogers, his engineer of the day. She said the song was put on and taken off the following albums. It was originally written and recorded for 1999. Taken off. Put back on. Taken off. Put on Around the World in a Day, which I think it fits perfectly. Taken off. Put on Parade. Taken off. And then also put on his unreleased album, The Crystal Ball, in 1987. Taken off. Put back on the album that never got released, called the Raven to the Joy Fantastic, in 1988. Got taken off, and that album never came out. He never told her why he kept pulling the song off, but she said because the recording process was very weird. It was very kind of somber, and she thought he never released it because the song was too personal, and he didn't want people to hear it. And part of the lyrics, again, listen to the song and listen to the lyrics. For him, it's a very metaphorical, almost space journey of a song, but it's so fucking good. When I heard the song in bootleg, I'm like, how is this not on a fucking album? This is like one of the best things they've ever written. And it wasn't just me; it was kind of across the board. And then some Prince fans got old. It's like, oh, that song we've heard a million times. Like to do with Purple Rain and Let's Go Crazy, the stuff they've heard a million times. But this has always will be my number 2 song. Moonbeam Levels, a song you probably never heard, and you will after this, because that's the only thing that'll make you do is listen to this song.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know it, but I'm going to check it for sure. Because if it's would have fit on those older albums, then us guys that like that older stuff probably would like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's in the same vein of it would fit perfectly in 1999 or Around the World in a Day. Purple Rain, it doesn't really fit everything else in Purple Rain, but it's that same era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And never considered for Sign of the Times. You left that out when you're going.
No.
Because that's a pretty good.
I mean, that's a double album. I mean,
and Sign of the Times, you kind of can't remember that started out called The Dream Factory. That was with the Revolution. And then during the Parade tour, right after the Parade tour, he fired Wendy and Lisa, and he fired Bobby Z as drummer. He offered Matt Fink as keyboardist and Brown Mark his bassist to stay on. Only Dr. Fink stayed on. And so Silent Times is essentially a bunch of Dream Factory songs with the Revolution removed.
Wow.
In fact,
did he play all the parts, or did he bring in other session guys? Or
nope, he played all the parts. The parts, there are versions that they finally did release with the special deluxe edition with Silent Times that were bootlegs as well. At one point, there are songs in Silent Times that there are versions with Wendy and Lisa on it, but he removed all their stuff.
Vindictive, eh? Kind of like.
Oh, very much so. I mean, in fact, if you can, it's in crappy video. You can find it on YouTube, but you can see it's his last show for the Parade tour in Japan. He's pissed off. He breaks 2 of his cloud guitars on stage. He's pissed off. No one knows why.
Yeah, you've talked.
And Wendy famously said she walked because Lisa was already right behind her keyboard. She walked back to Lisa. She goes, "Yeah, I think we're done." And he removed. So Silent Times is pretty much Dream Factory and Crystal Ball with Wendy and Lisa and the Revolution removed.
Right.
So yeah,
and still a masterpiece, and would have been.
Oh yes, by
them,
far
right?
and away, yes. That album is amazing.
Well, my question, Professor, is you talked about how Wendy and Lisa were there for, you said 85 to 87?
84 to 87, yeah, but they really had
87.
input from 85 on, yeah.
But one of the two was in videos from the 1999.
So Lisa joined Prince's band with Dirty Mind in 1980.
I thought they were a package deal, but apparently
nope. And then in 1984, when Des Dickerson left, they were in LA. Prince heard Wendy playing in another room because they've been friends since they were 4 years old. Because their parents, both their dads were in the Wrecking Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I did not
know
that, actually.
For those the Wrecking Crew is a very famous studio. Yeah. So they're a very famous group of guys who were recorded on thousands of albums, who are excellent musicians. So he heard Wendy playing in the other room. He's like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's my friend Wendy." Blah blah. When you see Wendy in Purple Rain, she's 19 years old. Her first show ever playing public was at First Avenue. When you see, I don't know if you've ever seen the video where you see the extra long version of Purple Rain on YouTube, because that had 4 of the songs on Purple Rain are actually recorded live at First Avenue.
At First Avenue, yes.
Wendy was 18.
Wendy
was 18 when she did that. Was her first really big show.
Right. And that's Wendy and Raspberry Beret video, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's where everyone really knows Wendy, I think.
Wendy, yep. Yeah, Wendy plays guitar, Lisa plays keyboards, yep.
Yeah.
So like I said, so if you like that era, you're gonna love Moonbeam Levels.
Yeah, I'll check it for sure.
This one is pretty special. I had 2 surprises for the guys for the show. Number 1 was this excellent hockey jersey made by the guys over at 5hole.com. I look more like a preacher than I would expect a
nicely done.
Whatever. My number 1 has been on number 1 pretty much since it came out. It's kind of not a really basic bitch, but it's a radio song.
Quiet Riot.
Yes, Quiet Riot. Dude, if you would have said the right song, I would have impressed.
I think I know it, but I'm not going to do it.
Do it.
Computer Blue.
No.
What?
Nope. My number 1 Prince song is from 1986's Prince and Revolution's Parade. The soundtrack to Under the Cherry Moon is the song Mountains.
Oh, wow.
That was on Jenny's list.
Specifically the extended version, because back in the day when Prince had extended versions on 12-inch singles, they weren't dance mixes. They were literally just the song they recorded, because the single was really just 4 minutes of that 12-minute song. You know,
right?
So this 8th track on Prince's 8th album, Parade, the 3rd to be credited to Prince and Revolution, and last. Recorded untitled. It was recorded as an untitled instrumental demo by Wendy and Lisa with no Prince input on November 14th, 1985 at Advision Studios in London, England. Keep that in your back pocket, because that's going to come up at the very end of my notes here, which are fucking cool.
Test?
No. But the rest of the songs parts of the song were recorded November 30th, 1985 to April 1986 at Washington Avenue Warehouse in Bury, Minnesota, and Sunset Sound. The album version is 3 minutes and 58 seconds long. This version is 9 minutes and 54 seconds long. It's the same. It's literally like you hear the single, and after that is the other 6 minutes. So on the charts at number 23 in US Hot 100 and number 2 in Canada. What's the cool part? Well, I bought this thing right here a while back. That is Matt Fink's Grammy a nomination, saying, "Hey, you want a Grammy award?" So every artist gets that. So Prince got that, and so did everyone in the Revolutions. So that's one of 6. Why do we care about that? Well, so I've reached out to Matt Fink before in the past and asked him various questions, because, like I said, I used to have a sizable Twitter following, and I want to get things clarified. I would never bug people, and he was always very good at getting back and saying, "Yeah, I answer you." So I reached out to Matt, and I said, "Hey, Matt, what can you tell me about mountains?" And he told me, he replied, he goes, I wasn't involved in the studio for that one. You should really ask Lisa Coleman because she wrote the main verse and groove on the piano.
Did he give you her number?
So I reached out to Lisa Coleman.
Oh, nice.
What?
What?
And nothing happened. And about a week and a half later, I get a notification. And she said, Winnie and I went to the studio when we were on the road somewhere. I can't remember where. Turns out it was London, right? Susan Rogers engineered, and we had some fun experimenting. Wendy was putting the drum machine through a delay pedal, and I was playing piano. I started playing a song I had always played since I was 13 years old. So that piano part and that groove was written by her when she was 13 years old. The groove of the piano, the drums through the delay pedal just worked perfectly. So we recorded the song, but had no lyrics or no melody or anything. We played it for Prince, and he loved it. Write the lyrics on the plane. So he wrote the lyrics on the plane and showed them to me. Wow, perfect. So we re-recorded it when we got back to Minneapolis. Princeton added the ending with the horns. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Right out of her mouth.
Right out of her fucking mouth.
Right out of her.
And I could have bugged her more. I didn't. I
Right.
simply said, thank you so much for replying. She said, thank you so much for asking. But it's one thing I can say is like just being around here, everyone has kind of been in this camp in different bands or have always been very accessible. Jimmy mentioned it, Mr. Bland before. It's the same thing. I've met him and played with him before. Again, Wendy and Lisa, you see them all the time. You reach out to them, they kind of reply to you. Wendy and Lisa have a huge career as composers for TV and film. They have had, and the sad part is everyone asks them about, well, what about Prince? Well, Wendy was a Prince for 4 years, and Lisa was there a little bit longer, since 81 or so, 80.
You're right. They've had a big career since, and they're probably like, oh, geez.
Right.
Well, but they never are, though, because they realize his genius as well.
Right.
But I will say this, and I've said this before, I think at the beginning of the show, that I think I said it last show, these two impacted my writing style, those two and Joe Satriani, more than Prince ever has. Mm-hmm. And I still contend that their 5 albums are the best 5 albums by anybody I know. And that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're very eclectic, very accomplished musicians. But that's my number 1, Mountains by Prince and the Revolution.
That was a solid list.
With a quote
No
by
basic bitches.
I love how you incorporated that email. I'm assuming that was an email. That wasn't a text.
Instagram.
That is that's really cool and personal. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, really cool.
That makes them like not necessarily approachable, but human.
Oh, they completely are.
And you don't hear that too often about famous or celebrities or musicians or anything above us mere mortals.
Yeah.
And that is really, really cool. That's awesome. That kind of made my night.
Yeah, you don't hear it enough.
That's me.
Cool. No, that's true. You don't. And it's even lesser musicians who are on Jimmy and I's level who are just worse assholes and, more megalomaniacs than these two ever are, because they are very, very personable and or anybody I think I guess I've met in his camp. But, I think that was kind of a requirement,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our picks, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome sauce.
Episode 50, guys. We did 50 episodes. We didn't take a fucking week off. 50. Holy shit. Well, let's end it this way, guys. Yes, I wrote this. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's kind of cool. I took a ride in my little red Corvette, thinking about the beautiful ones. Sometimes it snows in April, but I still felt the electric intercourse. I passed Alphabet Street on my way to Paisley Park, hoping for a sign of the times that nothing compares to you. With diamonds and pearls in my pocket and musicology in my ears, I whispered, "Take me with you," as I dance beneath the purple rain.
Nice.
It's very fitting. Prince's first lyrics on his first album that he sang was "All of this and more is for you," and his last ones he ever sang in his last album was "That's it." This is it. We want to thank everybody for our first episode. We had 50 episodes of the main show. We introduced halfway through the season a weekly mini after show, and then our monthly queued up, which we have a lot of fun doing. Season 2, we can't wait for, which happens next week. believe it or not, we're not taking a week off. Season 2, which starts next week, starts with Led Zeppelin. We're going to try to come up with 4 songs, the 4 best Led Zeppelin songs. How can you do that? If we can do this, we can do that. In the coming weeks and months, we'll be talking about the likes of Guns N' Roses, 1980s soundtracks, songs of 1989, and much, much more. We really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We appreciate all the love and support you guys have given us over this first season. Keep giving us your support and your comments. We appreciate you guys, and we love you as much as we can. But as usual, go fuck yourself.
Go love yourself. Thank you for an amazing year. I love you, and I love you 3 guys. This has been amazing. Let's do it again for another year.
Sounds good to me.
Cream on top.
Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Editing and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go fuck yourself?